could be what's preventing you from finding your soulmate. I don't know who needs to hear this. And I know I'm talking to those of y'all who are watching the replay right now because the people live, they just coming in. But your type of man, or fellas, your type of woman, which really applies to us. But I'm talking to the ladies right now because it was my female little cousin who brought this up. That's why we even having this conversation. But your type could be what's keeping you from your soulmate. And she got mad at me when I told her this, by the way. So this is how the conversation went in summary. She basically was like, D, I'm trying to get better guys. I'm not attracting my type of guy. And I feel like it's because I don't know how to compete with these women. You know, the dude I like, he got a lot of options. So tell me how to compete. Is that what your free webinar talk about? Because some of y'all have heard me talk about the free webinar, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You and all that stuff. Which is, by the way, down at the caption, in the caption of the comments or whatever. I was like, no, an evolved man is not trying to have you competing. You just have to know how to stand out, be authentic self, and da-da-da-da. Again, I talked about that in the webinar. She was like, well, I ain't trying to hear all that. The kind of guy that I want to be with, he has options. How do I compete? I'm like, first off, the kind of guy that you want to be with, actually be with, is not going to have you competing. A top tier dude, not in general, but in a relationship, is gonna have top tier interest in you. That's how you know he's truly top tier or can provide a top tier experience. Now, why do I say that? Because it's not about how he is on paper, how tall he is, how much money he makes, what type of car he drives. It's not about any of that. Those are cool little features. But the benefits of being what a truly top tier man is that he's interested in you. That means there's gonna be top tier accountability to not lose you. That means there's gonna be top tier investment into you to help cultivate the best version of you. And there's gonna be top tier alignment. So you two can effectively help each other and you have a great experience. But if you're strictly going after your type and all of that is characteristics and all that kind of stuff, you're setting yourself up to fail. I told her that, but she fighting me all the way through because she just so convinced for a high value man or a good looking dude or whatever. And she gets the finer things in life. That's what she said. I get the finer things in life. And that includes the man that I date. I'm like, okay, how that's working out for you? Well, I know that he got options, so I just want to know exactly how I can compete and da-da-da-da. It's like, if that man got you competing, he's more worried about your performance as opposed to your heart. Because that's all the competition is. And when y'all have men that try to make you chase, put out down in the chat if you've ever dealt with a highly desired man. We ain't gonna call him high value, but a highly desired man. You know a lot of women want this dude. And he tried to have you chasing him. It felt like you were the one having to prove everything to him. Put out down in the chat if you even had a guy try you like this. And you had to sit back like, hold on, wait, hey, this ain't the role I'm supposed to be playing. Really, I don't think it's anybody's role, but nonetheless, put out down in the chat. That's a man who's trying to have you competing, right? And that's actually a low value man, because what low value guys will do is they'll compare you to other women that they're currently entertaining. But there's always going to be another woman that comes into the mix. There's always going to be other women that he's going to come across. Instead of saying, how does she align with who I am and what I'm after in life? And so I can start investing in that. And then once I start investing in that, I don't care who's better on paper. I don't care who I meet that's new. This is the one I want to do this with. But if somebody has you competing, it's all about your performance of the moment. Think about singing competitions, sports competitions, job, or whatever, any type of situation. Let's just say singing competition, American Idol. There's a competition, right? And you get these people with these backstories, and they mama got one leg, and they, daddy died in the war, and all these different sad stories they got, and they just got a heart of gold, and they get up there and they sing, and it's trash. They don't win. Because it ain't about who you are, it's about your performance when it comes to competition. In sports, the GMs, the refs, they don't care about how LeBron James' family life is doing and his mental health and how he's as a person, is he becoming the best. They care, man, can you score X amount of points? Can you win the game? That's the whole point of competition. But in relationship, it's about bringing out the best version of each other. It ain't about perform the best, talk the best, no matter how you feel, or sex the best, no matter how comfortable you are. That's when you get into performance-based relationships, and those are horrible to actually be in. They may look good to the outside, but they're a nightmare to be a part of. So when you get a man that's having you compete with other women, I don't care what they tell you about reality or something. Of course, to some degree, you're thinking, oh, okay, there's other people out there, but really what an evolved man is going to have you competing against is who you signed up to be. Who did you present yourself as in the beginning? Just like good women, that's all you want that good. If you're a good woman, if you have long-term potentials for a man, all you want that man to do and be is who he presented himself in the very beginning. Just don't fall off from that. Keep growing, but don't revert on that. That's what you fell in love with. He just got to keep that up. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Because really in a relationship, it's really, you're supposed to be trying to practice tunnel vision anyway. But when you get with somebody who has you competing, or a man who thinks he got all of these options, so therefore you need to compete and you need to chase and you need to you're dealing with somebody who you're really hung up on their features as opposed to their benefits. Some of y'all don't even know the difference between that. I'm gonna let you know. The features. Oh, what his smile look like? How tall he is, his skin, his income, all of these things that you can write down on paper. But the benefits is, okay, well, does that man listen to understand? Is he mature? Does he have work ethic? Does he have skills to navigate life's rough patches when the money ain't coming in, or when he loses the job and he wasn't supposed to lose it, and whatever else? How does he handle the lesser version of you? And we all got a lesser version of ourselves. That's one of the best things about dealing with an evolved man, by the way. Not a highly desired man who's a great choice or a great catch, but a horrible keep. And everybody want him, but once they get him, they realize they should have never got him. But a truly evolved man can handle your lesser self. He knows what to do with that because he had to grow from his lesser self. He comes with a certain amount of compassion. And again, I talked about this in the free webinar, but I'll tell y'all now, an evolved man knows how to handle when you have those dark days, whenever you're down, whenever you don't have energy to talk to everybody and entertain everybody. An evolved man has evolved past his ego where he personalizes those things, that space that you need sometime, that silence that you need sometime, that attitude that you might catch with him sometime. Y'all ever been in a relationship with a man and when you caught an attitude, he caught one back? When you got upset and he got upset and got frazzled back, he matched your energy instead of anchoring you into a place of peace, into a place of calm, even whenever you was all emotionally all over the place? Y'all ever dealt with a man like that? You didn't feel safe, did you? Because he wasn't evolved. It takes a certain level of evolution, not just being good. That's how I don't make the distinction between good and bad men. It's like, no, are you dealing with an evolved man? And again, an evolved man can handle not only when you don't feel your best, but when you don't look your best. He still knows how to remind you that you're beautiful. Not necessarily make you feel, but remind you that you're beautiful. Get your focus back onto that, no matter what you wear, no matter how you look, because sometimes you're not gonna look your best, etc. An evolved man can see you at your worst and still see the best in you. I'm not just blowing smoke. Those of y'all who've had an evolved man, you already know. Those of y'all who have not had an evolved man, and this sounds like a fairy tale and don't sound real, click the link down in the comments right here. Get access to the masterclass, where I give you the strategies on how to make evolved men crave you. Again, nothing to do with competition. Not a believer in that on the dating scene. But it's free right now. That link right here, get access to it before it comes down. This is the last weekend, the last opportunity really to get a hold of this masterclass if you haven't yet. It's also in the caption whenever you back out. But this is what it's like when you're dealing with an evolved man. You don't have to always be on with an evolved man. You don't have to be your best self. You do have to give your best effort, but you don't have to be your best self with an evolved man. Evolved men understand their ups and downs. He's not constantly comparing, your real life to everybody else's highlight reel. So he's not running away at the first sight of flaws and the first shortcoming. If safety or trust is ever disrupted or eroded by something that's going on, but maybe a misperception, not because he actually broke your trust, by the way, but something that's going on, he knows how to restore and repair back into a safe place. He don't jump ship. He don't go get in another girl's face because things ain't right with y'all. That's what a competitive mindseted man will do with you, as opposed to an evolved man. And so when you're thinking of your type of guy, think about the type of experience he actually provides. Not the type of look y'all gonna have to everybody else. Not the type of money that he just got in the bank at the time that you meet him. But the type of care he's gonna take with your heart. The kind of time he's willing to take with you as you become the best version of yourself, as you grow through those low points and those sticking points of your character right now, because we all got some flaws, myself included. An evolved man knows how to nurture you. Whenever you get sick or when you get down on yourself and you get down in your negative thoughts, those negative, he knows how to nurture you back into your best self, your full self that you currently can be. That's what an evolved man can do. He don't match your energy. He establishes energy, something that you can rely on, something that you can trust in when you don't even know what the heck is going on. I don't know how many of y'all want that type of experience or even believe in it. But for those who have taken that masterclass, y'all already have started to pull more evolved men into your circle, and you know that that's real. But back to what I was saying, your type could be exactly what is getting in your way of finding your soulmate. A true soulmate knows how to take care of you at that soul level, not just know what to do with you in the bedroom and know how to take all the nice fancy relationship gold pics and stuff like, nah. They know how to they know how to handle you mentally, emotionally. By handle you, I mean cultivate the best version of you. And that may not be your type on paper. But those are just my thoughts. Your internet brother trying to look out. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Share this if you got any value from it. And if you are in the market for an evolved man, those of y'all who actually have done the work in yourself or you would like to, and you want to know what evolved men are looking for, so that you can break the pattern of men who are not equally yoked with you on any level, especially an emotional and spiritual level. And you want somebody who has done the work on themselves, even though he's not perfect, he's growing, he's accountable, he's already a man. You don't have to make him into one. Click the link that you see pinned down there in the comments. Also in the caption whenever you back out. Over an hour, I drop gems on what evolved men are looking for in a woman. And it's not for you to compete. Again, that link is